your mouse. Click on zoom in is another way you can do, which is quite useful. Right. Use your camera very much now, because with the camera in that way I mentioned, you're able to be free in your movement. You could move into a box and you could move into through a wall, and that's very useful. So when you can see an object, you can click on it. We have put in that box, you can see here on the left side, can you see all a big box like this one here you can see on the slide. Box, you should be able to, with your camera, you should be able to enter that box with your camera, and when you are in that box, you should click on the object in there, and then of course you will find it in your inventory. The next thing is you should wear it, and then we have the test if you have managed to do it. So everybody are wearing that thing inside afterwards. So feel free to do this exercise now. Let us try and go over here. I don't know what happened over there. Okay. You should all please stand up now and let us see how it goes to find the inside of that box, that object inside the box. So let us see how your camera is working.
It's not me, it's Dennis, I'm afraid.
Sit down still, but let us come up and stand up, and let us try to go to the box and see if we can master how to come inside with your camera. So who's going to be the first one inside? Use your camera left and right, stand in front of it, and then zoom in. And when you come into the box with your camera, then right click on the object, and it will come in your inventory, and you find it in your inventory on a recent. Wear it. You hear me? Sound gone away? You hear me? No sound? Okay, you hear me, okay. Try with your camera. Okay. Anybody in there? Well, I'm trying also. Are you? How is it going? How is it going coming into the box? Alright. You open your camera control.
Most people couldn't hear him because they were on a different sound parcel. I just told everyone to come over.
Yeah. Everybody come here.
Can't hear you.
When you are in the box, I'm in the box with my camera now. You take it.
Jens, do you hear me
Yes.
again? Do you hear us
Yes. Yes, I hear you. Ah. Going. Hey.
It sounds like Jens is not really speaking all the time.
Oh. I hope you're trying your luck. What happened to the box now?
Jens,
Yeah.
sorry about this.
You should get that box. Now I don't know what happened to it. Well, there are two now.
Okay, Alfonso is probably recording the sound from the avatar position, from the camera position, or camera position. Which one?
Just wonder what happened.
Yeah.
Hey.
Looks like the thing is that I was recording the scene from the avatar position. There are two ways of recording it. One, the sound, recording the sound from the avatar position. That means where my recording avatar is, or the camera position. And Alfonso seems to have been recording it from the camera position, so he was hearing Jens all the time. I seem to have been in a different sound parcel and couldn't hear him. So yeah, the camera position is better. Do you think so? Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Because I've been always doing the avatar position. Maybe that wasn't because when you move the camera around, then the voice gets distorted, and sometimes I'm pointing the camera towards the slides, and sometimes I'm pointing the camera towards the people.
Okay. Yes. Seem to be bit difficult here. Please sit down again. Let us have a look at the slides again. We didn't succeed with that. Let us try to go back again and see what it was about. That was, I mentioned earlier on, a way to move your camera around. That we see here, that was what we are supposed to do, practice using camera control. Click on the camera control button on the bar at the bottom of your screen. Okay, that we've been doing. Click on the plus or minus sign on the pop-up menu to zoom in or back up. Or click on the arrow in the square to move your view up or down or right or left. Or click on the arrow in the circle to spin your view around an object. We will leave that out and carry on with the next part of the workshop, and you can later practice by yourself. Yeah, that's a box, Alice in Wonderland box we have placed there. We have now the next slide. We have even made an extra exercise, if you don't mind, but that's a more difficult one to practice. But there is another chest over there you are able to see next to the big box. And we have put some stuff in there, and that you can later also try by yourself and see what's in this antique chest. Okay? We will carry on. The next slide. Still racing.
The previous slide didn't race for me.
But it's you will have to do that later by yourself or in a small group with that camera, because nobody seems to be able to do it. So we carry on now. There's a few more tricks to do if you have not already done it. So get rid of all your typing animation. I can hear some typing animation. So you go into your preference and you get that away. To have this, you must take that little tick off, play typing animation when chatting. That you should take away because it's a bit irritating. Me, but in your film when you are communicating. So that's so it's just for your reference. I mean, you could go into it if you want to change it now, but you could also do it later. Now you might have made a note about that. Okay, we go to the next slide. Okay, please don't touch the slides because I would like to move them along. But there's another thing which is quite important: hide unwanted avatar names. That's also in your film. I mean, just don't do it when you are filming, but you be aware about it, that sometime if you are using your recording tool, they might come on the name tags, and that's not so nice. And of course, where do we get that? How can you take that away? That's in that area about general. Okay. So be aware of that. Then of course hide other unwanted items from your viewing screen. Hide control and menus and labels and things like that. Very important also. And you can please don't touch the screen. Please don't touch the screen. But one of the most important tools are Control Alt F1. Please don't touch the screen. Alt F1 is a very important key because that normally takes everything away. It takes everything away from your screen, your menus. Control Alt F1. Very useful key. Control Alt F1. You can try it out now, but if you are going back, you use Control Alt F1. See the menu again, then of course you use Control Alt F1. Okay. With some software like Camtasia, you even have a possibility to just keep your menus and everything, because you can separate and say, I want this part of the screen. You can see here we have marked it up. So it's only this part of the screen which are recorded. So in that way you can still have your menu on left side and everything. And that's quite nice for. Okay. That's one of the advantages by using Camtasia. But Control Alt F1 is a very useful key. Okay, I will stop just a moment and have a look in the chat and see if there are anything I should notice. Just give it a few seconds to have a look, and you might, if you can help each other, you might be able to answer some of the questions in the chat, so if I'm missing out. Yeah, it's like switch off the menus, Control Alt F1. About Firestorm, I think it's the same. I'm not completely sure. Yeah, okay, Carol answered. Yeah. You had about. That's an interesting point, Jason, about HUD, because it doesn't take that away, and I have a key for that. I might as well give you that key because we are going to use it a bit later for that HUD, and that HUD is called Alt Shift H. That hide your HUD. Alt Shift. Yes, exactly. Alt Shift H, then you hide your HUD. That's very important. Shift plus Alt plus H, because we are going to use a HUD here in a moment. It's hide the HUD, Alt Shift plus H. It's not Shift. I'm talking about Alt Shift H. Try it out. Okay, we are going to the next slide now. I think here we have the next slide. Just resting for me. I will just take a bit of time. thing here. That's about if you have the things, your chairs around, and if they are racing very slowly, you should go in there. Now we will take it slowly so you can go in and find this. After you debug setting to change the deform object into full rest object. That's what I mean. Its chair is not fully rest, and that's not nice if you have problem with that in filming. So here there is an advice how you fix that problem. Okay, you go into click and show debug setting in your advanced menu. At my viewer 2, it's up top menu advanced, and you go in there. Don't have advanced menu, sometime Control-Alt-D will bring it up. So wait a moment until you are in that area. And the ones who are already there, they can just type render volume, lot factor, or look for it in the search bar. And there you should increase it to value of 4.000. So we will just stop for a moment here and just see if everybody can do that. Okay. So everybody try to find up that part up in advanced menu. Very useful thing. I mean, could you see that chair is standing there and you're going to film? Please don't touch the slides. Please don't touch the slide. Ooh, I can't find my way now. Please. Okay, please don't touch the board at all. Okay. Some don't have an advanced menu. That's because you have not set the settings.
I just wanted to mention that the advanced menu can be switched on in the preferences. It's usually the last tab, and there's a check mark that you can place. Or I think it's Control G. Is that possible?
You could break it up. Control-Alt+D. I don't know if that works. Control-Alt+D. Bring it up. I noticed that my advanced was not. I couldn't see it, but. Menu it said advanced, and then I go down to show debug settings. Right at the second last at my menu, advanced, show debug settings. Okay, when you go into show debug settings at advanced menu, the second last one at my one, then you can see on the right side you have where you can write it, but you can also look for it. Sometimes that's bigger. There's a lot coming up now here in the menu, but you can just look for render. It's going alphabetically. Menu PQ render. There's a lot of render. If it doesn't turn up. Okay. So, how is it going around? Please don't touch that board. Please don't touch that board. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's a language thing. Spanish and English and Danish and so on. Yes. Of course, things are new here, so we are just inspire you about to look into those factors here, and you can afterwards, in more relaxing way, look into it, and we can help you. I would like very much now, it's about an hour now around this area here, so I think we should carry on now. We want to finish 2 hours, so that means we have 1 hour left. Okay, so I would like very much to carry on, if you don't mind, and then afterwards you can look into your own details. Is it okay, please? So we're going to the next part. Okay? Yes, great. Thank you. Thank you, Hazel. Okay. There's another thing which are very useful when you're filming. That's to be aware about the possibility of clicking on world and sun and day and time. So please go up there in world. You have sun, and then of course you can go in there. There are many ways of changing things in there. But be aware of that possibility, especially when you're shooting at a special location, that you can change it. Some location you can't do it, but it's a very, very useful thing, and it creates a beautiful atmosphere. Okay? Next slide. It's the one here. Next slide will be smooth walk and quickly teleport to different location. That's another area, another setting. I'm sorry, there's a lot of settings here. You could say, generally speaking, that's just when you want to get a bit further. You could say in the beginning you want to make, oh, please don't touch the board. Okay, in the beginning here, for some of your first film, they are not so important, but it's nice for you to have in your back of your head that there are some ways also here. Move and view, and you can do some adjustment there. Remember the box on your right side, you have all the things here, all the information. So we're on the next slide. I'm not going too fast. This one here is resin. It and where the M hot. Now we are coming to a new part which is a bit tricky. Now please, for the board, please remember what I said. You should have this box. You can see Barbara is standing there next to that box. Now you should get that box, and in your inventory on a recent, you can see here, 1, get the box. Number 2, okay, it will come into your inventory. And number 3, oh please, it will come into your inventory. And then on the recent, that's where you're going to look for that hat you're going to wear in a moment. Okay? So get that box, and then you should look for that hat. It's here, mush hot. That's what you're going to look for. Mush hot. You should look when it's coming into your inventory on a recent. Mush hot. And that one you should wear. And then the hot will appear on your left side. And then when you get that ready in a moment, we will leave for stage 1. But just relax and get hold of that box and the content, and then wear that hot left side. Okay? So I will keep quiet. Are there any questions are there any problems with getting that hot? Or first the box and find it. wait a bit. Yes, the mush hut, yes. Here you can see, if you zoom in here with your camera to the board, you can see mush hut, yes, and then you should wear that mush hut, right click, wear, and then it turn up in the left side of your screen. You are getting that ready and finding, I will say a bit more about that Machinima Open Studio platform we're going to. They have a lot of nice locations there. And now you know how to hide your hut. You can leave that for as long as you want. But we have many scenes there, location and backgrounds and so on. So you can really use it. It's special made for Machinima. What I say, M-Hut, we call it M-Hut, Machinima Open Studio Project Hut. And it's a free area. You don't have to have special permission.
I had to take the box, then rest the box, and then open the box in order to get the content.
Yes. It looked like you could take a copy of the box, and then you should get it down and open it, and then get the content into your inventory.
So take the box, and then drag it out of your inventory on the floor. That means resing the box.
Yes.
So that you see another box in front of you. And then click on that box and select open and copy the items into your inventory.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So as soon as you get the box, it's one object. This object you drag on the floor until you see the box. Then you click on open. So right and mouse click on the box, on your own box. And select open, and then copy items to inventory. And then you will see the hut.
You had to wear the hut first. When you find it in your inventory, the M hut, the mush hut, buried.
Does anybody need help with this again?
So please in the chat say if you are not ready with your hut on left side of your screen. It will be, you got it? Oh, that's great. Yes, you're not ready, Hazel? Yes, okay. Okay, you got it? Or yes. So when we all are ready, we can leave for stage 1. That's the first place. And what you should do at stage 1, you can walk around, but the exercise is now to use your camera. Make still pictures where you have some close-ups, some wide. You have all the different ways of taking pictures. Not just total, but you have different things of an object. You can have a total, and then maybe you zoom in and you are moving it. You can also use some of your friends around here while we stand in different positions. So it's a question about collecting, well, I guess about, if you're going to make a small still movie, you need about 15 or 20 pictures. So that's the exercise next when we go to stage 1. Take still photos, and at the same time we have this thing about you must you must have a folder, because what happens normally, pictures come all over. It's so important that you have a folder for your picture files. Also when you film, that the film file doesn't disappear somewhere else, because then you cannot editing. The program wants the files to be at the same place, and you have total chaos, so you have to organize it very, very much. So already now when you normally take pictures, I don't know how you do that, but I mean it goes somewhere. So it's very important that you make a folder. You could do it right now if you have done it already. You have your HUD. So that's the exercise when we go to stage 1. Take pictures, different viewing angles, and keep them in a folder. So who is not ready after I've been talking a little bit? So I think we will help the people who haven't been able to get the HUD. So I think we should leave now, so you can start, you know, what to do with the camera and pictures and all that. And we meet at stage 1, and we do that part before we go to another part of the area. So see you there, hopefully in a moment. So please go to stage 1 through your HUD. Oh yeah, that's right. Please stand up. Then you will have a problem. Yes, you will have to stand up.
Can somebody go ahead and bring back the landmark?
But you don't need that.
Just to give it to. I know if you wear the HUD, you do not need it, Jens. But some people cannot wear HUDs.
Okay. Some cannot wear it.
Okay. Rulito or somebody like that.
Hey.
Yes, you can go.
They have not been following your description, and they couldn't empty the box. Okay. Anyway, Alfonso, can you go and come back and bring the landmark? Or pass.
Use your camera. They have made quite a few, so it should be easy to use these scenes here, these locations for different kind of stories. It's very convenient for machinima makers. All these things here, and there are, well, you can go around. There are many rooms in the house here, and so you can create many scenes here. So please take about 10-15 pictures, so you got something to work with here when we come back. Because it's amazing what you can do with still pictures. You can actually make them more or less live, and that you can do with your editing program. So I would call that a kind of a photo story with your camera. So please, I mean, you are able to stand here, and then you can actually zoom in with your camera, like we were talking about before. So I will leave you here until the rest come. I will keep quiet. Going. them not in your inventory. No, the point is now that you're going to use them, the pictures with your editing program. It's not in the inventory. That's for using in Second Life. I mean, you know, we can't yet make picture editing in Second Life. So it's for your still photo story in your program on your laptop or your computer. Alfonso asking me about what is the first place. Well, are you talking about the scenes? I mean, there are many here. I mean, you could see at the hut there are so many locations here around that you can. So please use the camera. About 15 to 20 pictures where you make total of some and zoom in, and from different angles you can take here the table or the kitchen or the living room or dining room. Maybe ask some to go in there. Okay, so I will say it again, take about 10-15 pictures of the locations here. The newcomer says so. You can take pictures here with your camera, and you must save the pictures on your computer, because you need them for your editing program. 10-15 pictures using your camera control. Zoom in and out, left, right, different angles. I'll leave you in peace in a moment here. I think we stay here about 3-4 minutes and then we carry on. So take some pictures with your camera, because you need them for the photo story, and you need to practice also with the camera control. So please look around and take pictures. Up and wide. Please take pictures. Because we have around half an hour left, and it's just to get some pictures to play with, and at the same time you combine it with the camera practice here, so you have some rough material to work with later in your editing program. So take some of us here, different angles. Open the doors in the kitchen, but maybe the fridge? No. Okay. But feel free to come back here. You know how to come here. Okay. Is it very? Are you very tired now? Okay. While you are taking the last pictures around here, we are going to soon to the next part, and there I expect that you try out your camera, but you do film recording, live footage, that you try to do that, and there you have to be in mind of what I was saying about having your file in a folder. So I presume you have some recording tool, film recording for live footage, and we will do that at the next stage. So I will tell you where we are going in a moment when you have taken your last pictures. Please just take a lot of pictures in here. Before we leave this place here. Ah, that's very nice. Hello, Jason. Are you sitting there with your laptop? Have you started editing? Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. So, if you're taking the pictures, you can just getting ready for some film recording. We will be leaving this place here very soon here. So I hope you have some pictures you can work with. Okay. So the next place we are going to. Are you okay, Carol? Are you okay? Okay. So the next place we're going to is the night beach. That's called night beach. It's number 4 from the top at the hut. Night beach. Okay, so you can also come back here now. You know the area, but we carry on to the night beach. It's a very nice place there. Okay, so. I will leave for the night beach, or some of you can already go there. I will just see if everybody are all right. So please go around to the night beach now, and try to get your film recording going. If it's not working, then just carry on taking pictures. You might have to look into that later. So okay.
Okay, I'll wait and again bring anybody who is stuck.
Okay, so we will go to the night beach. Hey, Lyra. Was it you pushing me down? I think it was Lyra pushing me down. Oh, come on.
Sorry.
It's all right. Okay. Now you could do some recording here. Whoops. Well, your program. This is quite a nice place. It's strange. I thought I could change it here to go to sun and say sunset. It looked like the setting is so I can't change the day or the time here, but here you have a house, and if some remember the trailer I made this trailer for this course here. Upstairs there was a film going, and that's where I went up to do the recording upstairs. It's quite a nice place, so you can also here do scenes and talk. I don't think that would be a nice bar, but maybe they have a private bar here. Here, maybe they have a private bar. Up here.
Maybe, yes.
So look around, take pictures, or do some filming. The idea was to do some filming around here. Hello, Fiona.
Hello, I'm here.
Hello, hello.
But it's hard for me to move, you know, it takes forever to press for me.
Okay.
That's why I don't I don't feel much, you know. It takes a lot of patience.
Yes.
Lita
So-
hasn't come. I'll pop back and see if I can get her.
How are you doing, Hazel? Are you doing filming here? You're doing filming. Okay. Which recording program are you using? Fraps or Camtasia? Okay. But then I mean, we are also going to do more filming, live footage next week. So just concentrate around take pictures, because it's the same thing. I mean, if you can master the camera, then it would be the same thing taking pictures or making live footage. It's the same business. So the camera control is the basic for everything here. So if you're not ready for live footage with your program, then just take pictures, Hazel. Okay? But remember to save the pictures in a proper place. Okay, Hazel? Please ask if there are any questions. Ah, it's Gwen in the water. Okay. I can't see. Where is Gwen? It's in the water. Ah, I jump in there too. Oop. Ah. Okay. Sit here. Okay. I'm also laying around in this water here. Float. I will swim. Yeah. Hazel is asking me how you float, but you jump in the water and then you have a menu coming out at the right side, and there you can decide if you want to swim or you want to float, and so on and so on. So first jump in the water. Should we all jump in the water? Fiona, come.
I don't know how you
Come
float.
on.
How do you float then?
But you just you right click, and then you should be able to see that
Sit
menu.
here.
Yeah,
No,
sit here. Yes.
No, it's not.
Sit. It's like sit here. I did that.
No, I can't do that.
Okay. I will do it again. When you touch the water, I see a small chair coming up.
Yes,
When I
just
have my-
touch the water, Hazel. Don't click
Yeah.
on anything, just touch with the ordinary mouse button. And you can float, swim. Just touch the surface of the water. Aura, touch the surface of the water. Don't right click, just a normal mouse click, just the left click.
Okay.
That's it. Ara's got it. I think possibly you can only have a couple of people at a time.
Yeah. So,
Oh no.
should we
No,
all be in
you
there?
can only have it 2 people. Yeah. No, there's only room for 2 people, Hazel. So, oh, go on now, touch it, because now, I think, oh no, Ara's still on the pose.
Yeah. Okay.
The apartment of your auntie. Mind if I film you for a second? Just a second or two, Jason. Is that alright?
The owner, she don't like water. Oh, yes. So I think now here we have to go back now to our Sky platform, and we are going to watch a film how to deal with our pictures we have been taking now. So all the pictures you have been taking of this trip here to the Machinima open stage area, you can always come back here and you have your hut. Okay, so we all go back to the Sky platform now. I will go there and get the film ready because we have to use the board. So see you there very soon. Taking a bit of time. Okay, you can see here we have the night beat set for live footage to practice that. We will not start until we are here, everybody. The film is going to take about 12 minutes, that film we are going to watch. And of course I'll put the link in the chat also, but I will put it mainly on the board so we can see it. Are we still missing some?
Jens,
Yes.
I had a lovely idea about how to protect the clicking on the slides. She said, set the board to no modify.
Okay. Yes, I remember that. Thank you. Okay, are we all here more or less? I don't have the overview. Sorry? Are we all here now?
No, there's still 3 missing. Can you do it now?
I will just wait. As I said, Ming.
Apologies,
But,
somebody's got the mic open.
Okay. There was not many of you who did the filming today, so I will go a bit faster on that, and that is the setting when you work with the Camtasia, as I mentioned. The nice thing is actually with Camtasia, of course with other problems, if you use fraps, you can use F9 and stop, but every time you make a stop with your F9 when you're using fraps, you create a new file. Now with Camtasia, you just make a pause, but it's still the same file, and it's already in your editing program. So that's quite nice, because sometimes you say, well, let us go to next scene. You don't have to start all over. But we will come back to that in next week and later when we go into recording. Of course, when you come into the editing program. That is also going to be applied now with your pictures. You can see here at the top right, there are some of the Alice pictures. There it will be your pictures, and that will be the same thing which apply when you do the live footage. There's no difference that working with pictures. It's still the same thing here. You can see here you have the tracks of the sound you afterwards put in, or you make a voiceover, and at the bottom here you have your pictures here. But now I will try to get moving with that film there. I will get this board. I will just go through. Well, there's a lot of other things here which are extra things, resources and so on. It's in your box, the big box you just had, you got. And here, of course, shortcut list. I mean, I mentioned Alt, Shift plus H, hide hard. And the one which I like almost is Control Alt plus F1. So important. There's a lot of other ones, but that's some for next time. So I will try to get this board away now. Here I will, so we can see the film, how to do with the pictures. Get this board moving. I had the address. Why is it not coming up? Have an address. Anyhow, I will put the link in the chat now, so you can start because time is running. That's a link to the film. It takes 12 minutes. I don't seem to be able to see where I could put that link in at the board. You had to zoom in to listen to it because you can't hear it. Zoom into the board.
Is to dive in and do a small project. So let's start by importing some photos and turning them into a machine using some of the Camtasia tools. When we have mastered this, capturing live footage will be less daunting.
You had to zoom into the board to listen to it.
Use for this workshop. You can import them by going to Import Media and going to our Dropbox account. It's a public folder named Machinima Workshop, and you're going to go to the folder called Photo Collection for Project 1. You want to select all of the photos and click Open. They will immediately appear inside your clipboard. Now you want to move all of these photos onto one of your tracks. You can do it individually by dragging and dropping, or you could choose to put all of the photos in at once by selecting all of them and then dragging and dropping them onto a track. Now they're not going to be in the right sequence, so what you need to do is click anywhere on the track so you're no longer touching all of the photos, and if you hold your cursor
So it should be running in a moment. Hopefully. So zoom in so you can hear it much better. Zoom in.
she saw a rabbit who said, I'm late for a very important date. Alice followed the rabbit into its hole. She fell a long way. Oh, I shall never complain of falling downstairs again, she said. Then she noticed a cake that said, eat me. She ate it and shrank to a tiny, tiny size. She met
Is fun is actually to socialize and be able to make it together, because you create a great friendship, which is also part of our workshop, long-term networking and so on. So I'm going to wrap this up here. And
Can I
yes,
suggest that you raise the presentation board again for those who missed it?
yes,
Put it so that they can watch them. And
yes.
if you leave the permission to touch and forward the slides ourselves for now, so that people can come here and just click on it.
Yes, up. Okay. Yep.
And I thank everybody for coming. And I'm going to stop the recording now. Recording in Adobe Connect. You know, we're live streaming this, all of it. And then I click on stop recording. Thank you.